I guess just talk about what makes OKC just a well-oiled machine where it seems like, they don't really have those lulls sometimes. They can just keep getting you over and over again.
Yeah, good team. I think that we are just as good of a team as well. We showed that in the first half, and you go to halftime kind of down three. Thought we did a lot of really good things on both ends of the floor to give ourselves a chance. And then in the second half, to your point, just sometimes that defensive physicality, intensity kind of wears you down a little bit. Ball starts sticking. Then that's when they're allowed to, increase their physicality. So I definitely thought that the ball movement in the second half just wasn't as good. Some of our rim reads weren't as good, and you start turning it over, and they turn those turnovers into points, and then they also kind of just stall you out a little bit.
They went on a pretty big run there to open the third quarter. You subbed in five new guys. What were you saying to your team there?
Yeah, just wanted to find a little bit more pop, a little bit more energy. I thought that there was just a couple transition plays where like we just looked a little sluggish. Guys kind of just hugged up with one person in the corner, and you give up a dunk, or just the things that we have done so well in this game and last night. You just didn't see a high enough level, so you were trying to find some juice, some energy, just something a little bit more from that other group. And I thought they gave it to us for a little bit, and then you give the starting group one more chance to kind of go after it in that fourth quarter.
Charles, right now you guys are third in the league in first quarter scoring. You're 15th in the second quarter, 19th in the third, and 20th in the fourth. What do you think is just contributing to that drop off, and how do you address it going forward?
Yeah, I think that as we continue to kind of just build out the rest of the season and how we attack each quarter, some of that comes down to, like, we talked about it today, just, your continued habits, the consistency that you have to be able to make sure that you are in shape physically and mentally at the end of the game to still be able to execute at the highest level come fourth quarter. And this league, it's hard to win in this league. And I think that everything kind of slows down in the fourth quarter, physicality ramps up. And we just got to be a little bit better. But I think that we have done a ton of really good things in all four quarters to put ourselves in a chance to win games. No, for sure. I thought that, defensively we had some good possessions. I felt like that first half I think they had 6 offensive rebounds, but I don't know, each one felt a little bit backbreaking or definitely, affected us and how we then approached our next offensive possession or whatever. It kind of just wore us down. But I do think, we kept him off the free throw line, which is tough. And Gilgis Alexander, I think he's averaging like 10 free throws a game. So to hold him to 5, knowing I don't think he played very much in the fourth, but still the effort there, the focus was there for a majority of the game.
It felt like you guys were doing a pretty good job on Shea, but no matter how good of a job you do, he's still able to get to his spots and get shots up. What is it like to coach against the type of player where even if your guys on the floor are doing the best job they can for 23.9 seconds, he can still get to a shot and get a good look?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you have to not overreact to some of those tough buckets. You live with some of them. You try to throw them off balance a little bit with different matchups or different coverages. But like you said, he did it in the final on the road to the finals last year, and he's hit a lot of tough shots. And so I thought our guys, though, it's a good learning experience to kind of go from last night, what you experienced in the cup, and how you have to guard an Antetokounmpo as a creator, and then Gilgis Alexander is a different type of creator, and then how you have to be more mindful of his tendencies. So I think for our group, it's good to have those back-to-back nights of different environments, different creators, and see that we were up to the test for most of the game.